Welcome to today's Research Business Daily Report, where we're going to take a look at Apple's unbending attitudes towards not collecting personal data from its shoppers. And then J. Walker Smith shares the Futures Group quote-unquote vanishing point concept. It spots strong marketplace product signals that are getting weaker and analyzes the situation in depth to identify opportunities for its customers. RBDR is sponsored today and this week by Lieberman Research Worldwide. You can put LRW So What Consulting, industry-leading marketing science, and cutting-edge pragmatic brain science to work in your business, turning insights into impact. Datanami's Alex Woodie blogged about Apple's firm, unbending attitude against collecting personal data, which is there for the taking from its consumer purchasers. Woodie pointed out that Google, Yahoo, and Facebook are but three of the innumerable number of online firms who have unfettered, ongoing access to their customers' data. Consumers have really gotten used to giving up their information in exchange for a product, a service, or a membership, although University of Pennsylvania researchers now say that American consumers are grudgingly giving up their data, but it's not by choice. It's because they just don't see any opt-out option. Apple CEO Tim Cook criticized companies who treat their customers' data as a form of currency that they can then turn around and buy and sell. Cook told the Epic conference, quote, "We at Apple reject the idea that our customers should have to make trade-offs between privacy and security." Next, Futures Group Executive Chairman J. Walker Smith made a presentation at IIEX in Atlanta a few weeks ago, and it created quite a stir. In fact, so much so that he's having spoken about a novel method of identifying trends for customers that we asked Walker to join us and reprise it for the viewers of RBDR. Listen and learn.
At the Futures Company, we try to bring to work we do with clients to help them identify innovation opportunities in the market space. So the idea is kind of a simple one. The typical way in which we do that is we look for weak signals in the marketplace before they get to be really strong signals in the marketplace, before they really emerge into mainstream phenomenon. So we're trying to spot things early on before they get bigger and we lose the opportunity to our competitors. We do that, because clients want us to help them look at emerging things in the marketplace, but we try to bring to that another framework, and that's this vanishing point framework, which is to say, instead of just looking for weak signals getting stronger, kind of start by looking at the strong signals that are getting weaker. Because as these big things in the marketplace start to ebb in their power and sort of erode in their dominance, they will create opportunities for other things to emerge. I kind of liken it to a sapling in a forest. That sapling is not going to get enough sunlight to grow until a big tree falls and opens up the canopy. And then you can look where all that sunlight is now reaching the ground for all the new things that are going to emerge. And that's the framework that we try to bring to identifying opportunity spaces for our client. If I were to give you a more recent example, there's been a lot of focus lately on some demographic trends that are going on around the world, in particular the rise of single households. Now, single households are certainly growing, but it is a small percentage of households in most countries around the world, and the growth that's being projected by, say, the UN for the growth in single households is still only a few percentage points. So you look at it and you kind of say, yeah, there's something going on here, but this doesn't seem to be the real dynamic. And so when you bring a vanishing point approach to that, what you see is, single households are arising because they are part of a broader phenomenon that is occurring, which is the erosion of people getting married at earlier ages and people instead getting married at later ages. And when you look at it from that perspective, you begin to realize a couple of things, which is, one, marriage is not going away, it's just being delayed. So you focus on single households and you say, well, how do we help people live as singles forever? People aren't going to live as singles forever. They're just going to live as singles for a little bit longer than they used to. And then the second thing you realize is that even people in single households are still looking for connection. And they can't find that, or can't find it as easily, living in single households. And so the bigger market opportunity is not figuring out ways for single people to live alone, but in figuring out ways for single people to make connections with other people. So, my headline for that is to say, togetherness, not singleness, is the bigger opportunity. And that's what you see when you understand it in the context of this kind of vanishing point approach to the marketplace. We have found it to work particularly well in categories that have long planning horizons, because these are the ones that can begin to introduce innovations alongside these kind of incremental declines in these big dominating factors in the marketplace. But this can also work in product categories that have faster cycle times too. And that is one in which you're trying to identify an opportunity space in which to focus. And then you do a lot of examination of weak signals, and you're focused more on a lot of the small things bubbling up there. And you do that for two reasons. One is they typically have shorter life cycles, so you've got to catch them earlier. And two, a lot of the opportunities there are in micro trends as opposed to bigger macro trends.
Our thanks to Walker, and if you'd like to contact him to find out even more, his email address is jwsbraces@aol.com. That is your Research Business Daily Report, where we've been sponsored by Lieberman Research Worldwide. You can put Lieberman's So What Consulting, industry-leading marketing science, and cutting-edge, pragmatic brain science to work for your business, turning insights into impact. Check out lrwonline.com. And then, for a spirited discussion of perhaps under-addressed research issues, I'm recommending that you check out lrwblog.net. There you will see, for instance, a concept about multiple research technologies absolutely, positively having to be brought together if the industry is to ultimately drive cohesive, valuable insights. And separately, you can take a look at Lieberman's Twitter influencer list. It's a real conversation piece, to say the least. Have a great research day, and we'll see you back here with us tomorrow.